Welcome to the studio, guys. I screwed up, kind of. I started filming. I deleted the wrong SD card, so today's vlog got kind of trashed. It's now 6:30. It's already getting dark outside, by the way, the view. I still absolutely love it. Every single day I'm here looking outside, it just makes me feel great. Although I screwed up, it's still a very good day. My entire car got covered in shit. I'll show you later. It has to be a lucky sign. My track Underwater that was released a little over a month is now above 100,000 streams. Thanks to everyone out there supporting the song, supporting me. If you haven't checked that out, I'll link it down below in the description. But since the entire day is screwed up, Vanessa already called me where I am. I think I'll just stick to a very simple Q&A edition. First up, did you already switch your camera from Canon to Sony? Yes. This right now I'm filming with is the Sony a7S III, my favorite camera. Very expensive, but definitely the best quality you can get for like the compact size. The next level up would be like a cinema camera that you put onto your shoulder. That's definitely not for vlogging. What is your impression of WES Audio compared to the rest of your analog gear? WES Audio is like this rack unit right here that has like DAW controllable stuff. The concept is very interesting. The quality is very good. I just haven't implemented it and tested it fully in my productions because I've been on vacation, very busy, didn't like work a whole lot on music in the past couple of days. Had the DJ gig, then Corona, had to stay at home. Like next week I will actually use it on new songs. When and why did you start producing? No one ever really asked me why I started, but the when is maybe 12, 13 years ago. My first release was pretty much 10 years ago. And why? I don't know. I was just playing around. Like I didn't like, there was not like this one thing that got it started. I was already a DJ, so I wanted to try out what it's like to actually make music if you're already playing music by other people all the time. Got Logic and just overwhelmed by opening up Logic, not understanding anything. And every single time there's something where I don't understand it, I get curious and just start trying to figure it out. It took really long. It's complex. Making music, it's not easy. I'm making myself a new studio. Any tips to make it good like yours? Absorption. As much as you can put into the room, that's usually the best way to go, at least in my opinion. The room dimensions are the most important. If you build your studio in the wrong room, you can do as much as you want. So first room dimensions, then absorbing as much as possible. Then speaker positioning, sweet spot positioning, the angle of the speakers. And that's basically all you can do, at least like on like a DIY level. One thing you would say to 13-year-old Jon? I think someone already asked that question a while ago, and I said just relax and do your thing. Vanessa called. She asked me where I am. It's really dark here. But yeah, I have to hurry up. I promised to be back home 30, 40 minutes ago. By the way, as I told you, today is my really lucky day. The entire car got covered in shit. Car wash time, and then we'll continue with the questions. This was definitely fun. That's the closest to going to a movie park you can get in 2020. And I love the sounds. It's crazy. I should maybe one day record it, sample it, and make a track out of it. Anyways, next up, a very special request by Vanessa. Yes, pancakes. I know, super unhealthy, but it was highly requested by the lady. She had a bad day. She's working in tourism on a Saturday, so pancakes it is. Ooh. That sounds... I'm happy that this is our dinner, but also a little ashamed.
But I needed to convince you.
Yeah, because that's really not, like, that's really unhealthy dinner.
But I was working and felt like...
Yeah, I already told them you had a bad day. Yeah. Anyways, let's enjoy the Nutella pancake orgy.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we got enough for 20 people.
10? 10.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And then we'll continue with the Q&A. My stomach hurts. Way too much sugar. Way too much sugar. Really, really bad decision. But let's get back to the Q&A. We got a lot more questions. Ooh, that's a little mean. Someone is asking me to admit that everything I buy and make and do is actually Vanessa's money. I don't even want to read it, but it starts with "You're full of shit, admit it. Vanessa's paying everything, you're poor and unsuccessful." Why? I won't take it personal because I understand that some people might not like see the big picture, how I make my money. I actually addressed it already a couple of times. There are a lot of income sources from like sample packs over affiliated links, making these videos. Of course, my music still the biggest part. Then the label that I run, the DJ school, the music production school, renting the studio, and all of this combined makes everything you see possible. Since 2.5 years since I have that new studio, I'm fully financially independent. I pay everything myself. I have no loan. I don't own anyone money. I have nothing with the bank or anything. It's like all what I earn, I take it, reinvest it into my music, my business, my brand, whatever. But there's also some truth to that person hating a little. And if you go back more than 2 or 3 years, I have to say there was like a really rough patch, especially after I kind of split up with my management back then. They screwed me entirely. They basically didn't do anything and I was like dependent on them. I was stuck in a contract, didn't make any money. I was so poor, like so poor, I can't even describe it. I had to return refundable bottles to get food. I had to beg my parents for a couple of €100 to just like buy new stuff that broke or a new computer and stuff like that, or traveling tickets to business meetings. And also during that time, Vanessa was paying the rent for 3 or 4 months entirely by herself. I was luckily later on able to pay her back fully, plus a little present. And yeah, that's just how it is. That's like 100% the truth. If you believe me, that's nice, that's fine. If you don't, I can't change it. Yeah, just wanted to address it really quick. I mean, it's actually no one's business, but since a lot of people are kind of confused, I hope this clarifies it. How's Corona in Germany? It's annoying. Lockdown starts Monday. But it's not as bad as in a lot of other countries, and the government is supporting a lot. What is your utmost goal in life? I mean, in general, just having a healthy and happy life. And if I have to be more specific and more about music, just getting as far as possible, making as good as possible music to my abilities, and just share it with everyone that is interested in it. That's pretty much it. How did you meet your girlfriend? We met in a club, actually. 10 years ago. Yeah, pretty much 10 years ago. What's like a crazy story? Maybe something for hangover story time. Like all of the things that had to align for the two of us to meet is insane. Is it better to have a perfectly treated room or be perfectly used to how your room sounds? I would go 100% with having a perfectly treated room, because knowing your room, I know a lot of people say that, they use it as a term, like you have to know your speakers, you have to know your room. And yes, if you know that your room generates less bass at the sweet spot, then generally put a little more bass into your songs. But the interferences and the crazy things happening with frequencies bouncing off the walls back and forth a million times, and every frequency has different wavelengths, it's too much for our brain to compensate. It's impossible. Like, it's impossible. It would be like sitting in a room and trying to paint something in a room that has strobe lights, fog, flickering lights, and everything is changing every single second. It's impossible to compensate with your brain. It's not possible. Yes, to a certain little extent, yes, but not entirely. Do you have connections to India? You look very Indian. Connections to India? No, not really. I mean, I know maybe 4 or 5 people living there, and I think, like, I have, if you go back 3, 4 generations, ancestors that are from India or very close to it, but nothing direct. Like, my grandma is from Persia, so Iraq. That's what my look comes from. My mom's from Israel. My dad's side is mostly East Germany and Poland. What is the Accents music style? The Accents music style, my label's music style. I just release whatever I feel like releasing. That's the style. Send me your song, I'll listen to it, or someone in my team will listen to it. And if we like it, we'll release it. Do you want children? Yes, 100%. And if you want, are you also gonna teach your kids music production? Yeah, I think I'll force them a little to learn the piano, because I never learned it as a kid. And if they're interested, I'll also teach them music production. But if they're interested in anything else, I'll support them 100% to just do whatever they want. Because I know how important that is for your, like, personal development. And I don't want to stop someone that has a dream from becoming what he wants to be, just because I want to force them what I want them to be. I hope a lot of parents would actually do that and like support their kids, not only like financially and food and doing what's right in their opinion, also doing what's right for the kid that is right in the kid's opinion. Anyways, that's it. Getting some sleep. Tomorrow, I don't know, tomorrow. I think I'll make something I haven't done ever before here on this channel. Trying something new. You'll see, you'll see. Just tune in.